Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Z and B Live.
It's the last episode before Christmas, man. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everybody out there. Hope you're doing well, staying nice and cozy by the fireplace or by your television that's broadcasting a fireplace, or maybe broadcasting Z&B Live Unfiltered here allegedly on Wednesdays, allegedly 10 a.m. Eastern every Wednesday. Yeah. As we're talking about the Lego news that seems to accumulate more than debt during the holiday season while we're not broadcasting this show. There's an onslaught of Lego everything happening across the internet and with us personally, which is why we had to delay this episode a day, which will not become a recurring trend. Right, Zach?
Right. Correct. I promise you this will not be the norm, but it is the holidays and we've got holiday things. I mean, listen, we can't have Santa Brian over here spreading holiday cheer to all the girls and boys throughout the world. He's got things to do.
Well, no, I literally can't be Santa Brian because the Santa hat is in a storage box somewhere, and I don't know where it is.
I was going to ask. So. I felt lonely. Like you've been rocking the Santa hat lately. So I was like, I'm going to join Brian today, and I'm going to have the Santa hat on and be like, yeah, let's do this. And then no idea. No, he shows up. No freaking Santa hat. This fraud, the Santa fraud.
There's only a select amount of frauds within the brick building community of Twitch. I am not one of them. I'm just. Listen, the whole background's different. It's a whole different vibe. All right. So it is what it is.
It is. But he is gracing us with his presence from an undisclosed location that is still currently in construction mode. But we're excited to see what Mr. Bricks O'Brien has coming up in 2024 and beyond. I cannot wait to see what this
I've been
got
so busy that I haven't even unpacked my charger for my shaver. So Neckbeard O'Brien is in full force. I don't know where my Santa hat is. I'm in shambles, but good shambles.
I'm in shambles. Oh my God. Yikes. Speaking of shambles, Mr. Bricks O'Brien. Oh my goodness. Shambles. Did you like that segue?
I don't know what you're going into. Oh, I should probably look at the show notes to figure out what you're going into. Oh, yes.
Lego
Fortnite.
That thing. Yeah. Lego Fortnite. In Mr. Bricks O'Brien's eyes and opinion, ladies and gentlemen, is in fact in shambles. I have never heard this man be so. You could feel, you live streamed the drop of this. You live streamed your first experience with this, and he was live for so long on Twitch because you could tell he was trying to like it. Like he was doing he was giving it all the time he possibly could to force himself to like Lego Fortnite. But by the end of that 17-hour stream or however long it ended up being, Mr. Bricks O'Brien walked away going, this game. Did not like it. Was so upset by it. You could just see the pain on his face. Brian, what is the problem with Lego Fortnite?
The problem is it is so early in its inception that they haven't taken the extra steps necessary to compete with games that it really isn't competing with in general. This is just in my mind what I've noticed of my experience. So for context, I am a big Minecraft player. I've played a whole bunch of it, thousands of hours over the course of my life ever since 2010. So I'm used to gathering resources, building up a town, building up a house or whatever. No stranger to that. And that's kind of what Lego Fortnite is, except incredibly scaled down and very, very early on in its development, basically like a Minecraft from like its day one. I am not inherently a Fortnite fan. I like being able to build up my resources over time and, have a structure. So going into a battle royale, losing everything, coming back and getting sniped by some 9-year-old that plays the game for 14 hours a day is not necessarily fun. So I immediately wasn't already on board with the idea of Lego Fortnite, but seeing how much care they put into translating all the characters into minifigures and that it's all its own unique game mode and something they were going to invest in was very, very cool. it didn't resonate with me because it is not what I'm looking for out of an experience like that. When I see Minecraft, I see the endless creativity, the technical abilities shining, whether you're, left brain or right brain. There's something for you to convey in Minecraft that is as elaborate or as basic as you want it to be. You can make pixel art of different characters. You can make an elaborate mansion that wires into a sorting system for your items. And Fortnite, Lego Fortnite, you're using prefabricated structures to make something of your own. There is no free build mode where you can take individual pieces, line those up, and make really whatever you want to. You're limited by whatever they have in their tool set there. And as somebody, like I said, who's played a ton of Minecraft, the idea that, I'm going to dump hundreds of hours into this to make minimal progress unless I'm going in with 10, 15 people to make a big thing of it, it's just not super appealing to me when I already know these Minecraft-based systems. And, Lego Fortnite is one of the best attempts Lego has had to really bring something digital and make it meaningful for people. The Lego TT games, very repetitive, open world, punch, whatever, adventure. But this is multiplayer, and it's with one of the biggest intellectual properties in the world. I just don't feel it's fleshed out enough that I care to get invested in it. And like you said, 7 hours of live streaming, and I walked away from it just like indifferent to the whole experience. Unfortunately,
but go back to Minecraft day one. Like, where was Minecraft day one compared to where it is now? Like, how much?
Yeah,
did
obviously
that have?
Super different, but in Minecraft you can truly make whatever you want to. And if Lego Fortnite allowed you to make anything out of like the parts themselves, it'd be a little bit of a different story. So Minecraft, not only you can take a cobblestone block and you can chop it in half to make a slab, and you can get more refinement out of what you're doing here. Lego Fortnite is just, here's this prefabricated log cabin wall, here's this, castle wall, and you can make castles and structures and stuff. But the most interesting technical things I've seen while browsing through TikTok is people are making monorails to go from one point to another, which is fine. But if the coolest thing y'all are building in Lego Fortnite is a monorail, okay.
Hey, I saw somebody build a Star Destroyer, man. I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
There's still creativity. It's just making people adapt their creativity. You can't walk into it with a Minecraft mentality and say it's going to be a Minecraft clone, because they're trying to make something of their own, right?
So what exactly is Lego Fortnite then trying to be? Because you can't, it's more and more, shout out to him, really explained this to me in a way that I couldn't grasp. And, he's a game dev. He knows like how these systems should operate, whatever. It's a lot like a game called Valheim, which I've never played before. So that kind of checks out why I'm, not familiar. But the gathering stuff, crafting, building up your base with prefabricated stuff is, what that is. I'm looking for the more creative and limitless possibility, and I think that's what other Lego people are looking for. Lego worlds, but online with this resource gathering aspect all tied into one. And that's definitely not what this is. So therefore it's just straight up not for me.
Is that possible to do for a game within a game like that, where that's that's what this is. Lego Fortnite is a game within a game that already has so many different styles of gameplay and things and whatnot. And Fortnite established their building structure early on in its run, right? Like, it's going to be, you have materials, you gather materials in order to build this particular type of wall or this particular type of whatever, right? Like, it's always been a blueprint based building game, which is why when they announced it, that's the way I went into it. I said, this is what they're going to do. Without them telling us anything, I said, it's going to be a blueprint-based building game. You're going to gather materials, and if you get enough, you're going to be able to build this wall. If you get enough, you're going to be able to build this house. You're going to be able to whatever. It was just going to be blueprint-based, right?
Right.
Because that's what they showed us. That's what they gave us early on in the Battle Royale stuff. When you were able to build, it was blueprint-based. Is this game is it even possible to do a a studio style situation in a game like that, where it's individual pieces and I don't know, make it fun. Like, I just don't even know if it's possible.
The thing is, Lego, and if any game studio were willing to dump the capital into a title to make it financially viable, it's Epic Games, clearly. And they have established this new partnership which will last however long. So clearly they want to dive into it. There was a mode of Fortnite before Fortnite was Fortnite called Fortnite Save the World, which, are you familiar with that at all, Zach?
No, I'm not, no.
So Save the World, I played a little bit of and did videos of, which was essentially you're dropped into a world, you're going from location to location, you're making a small barricade around a point of interest and fending off against waves of enemies and stuff. So it was really player versus experience sort of interactions. And you level up your guns and your shields and your turrets and whatever. So if it were more so that idea where, hey, I'm going to grab 5 friends, we're going to make a base, and we're going to customize it as we want to, and do everything we can to defend ourselves against these waves of enemies that will attack us, that is infinitely more interesting to me than just building a base and then, you know, it's like kind of creative building, but you're just using prefabricated elements. And right now the enemies are very few far between, and there's only one larger mob that is not a final boss, but it's a boss kind of. Like basically like a large dinosaur you would find out in the wild and whatever. So there isn't anything of this experience that makes it unique that could grab me. But if they took a little bit of that save the world, waves of zombies or creatures or whatever, that would make me way more interested in building this really elaborate base and something cool and unique that I can build alongside all my friends. But right now, it's nothing's grabbing me. What about you?
Is there even? I said out of the. By the way, I said out of the gate that I didn't think this game was going to be for me. This particular mode, that I was more excited about the minifig possibilities and the set possibilities coming out of the merger rather than, or the partnership, rather than actually playing the game. The game's not for somebody like me. It's just not. Minecraft's not for somebody like me, which is shocking because Minecraft is for somebody like you, right? Or you know, I keep making the Animal Crossing comparison, but you know, Animal Crossing is for somebody like you. You know, Minecraft's for somebody like you. What you would think this game, because of that you know, close proximity between those 3 games, you would think that this game would be for somebody like you, but it's not for me. So I can't. I've tried to get into it. I've you know, we've got several, you know, content creators over on Twitch that are close friends that are playing this, that have you know, have built up worlds, and they've invited me in. They gave me, you know, a key to get into the world and whatever. Well, here's what the game did to me, Brian. The first time I'm invited in, the very first time to play in our good friend Amore's world, and we've got a full squad, a full 4-team squad. We were playing Battle Royale first. We get in. They spawn all 3 of these people in their little village, and I'm way the heck on the other side of the map is where the game drops me, and I can't get to them because I'm cold, I'm dying, whatever. And I was like, you know what? I'm done with this game. Like I'm done. This is stupid. And you know, but that's for me. Like that was just the frustration part of it. You know, for me, I'm like, I would rather go hang with my boys and build, you know, whatever, or not build, but go, you know, ruin some 12-year-old's day playing Battle Royale, whatever. But is there any opportunity, because of the rules, the world rules they've established in this game, is there any way that they can retrofit in individual piece building structure? I don't think there is, right? Like, I think we're stuck. This is the way it's going to be for now on.
I think they can, but I don't know if they will. I think a system like that has been built several times for different Lego games over the years, most recently with 2K Drive, where, hey, you can have a car and this selection of pieces, you can build whatever you want to. So I think they're able to do it. Will they specifically for Lego Fortnite? I don't know. What I think could be a little more likely is you have and I just kind of got this idea as I was thinking about it, but you could have a consumer-facing stud.io where, okay, within this world or mode, you can customize and make whatever Lego creation you want to. And then that can be imported into like a Lego Fortnite as a schematic. And you can just, these pieces you have are the equivalent of 15 wood, 10 vines, and 3 rocks. Okay. And when you put that in, you need those resources, but then it just automatically manifests itself into Lego Fortnite as something you can use in your game. So maybe something like that. Do I think you're going to be using individual 1x1s and 2x4s to build a structure? People might get overwhelmed, especially with like you mentioned, this prefab idea, that Fortnite is used to. So if they want to do piece by piece, I think the idea could work. But I don't know if who knows if they're going to do that.
Well, that brings my next question is who the heck is this game for at this point? Who is this mode really for? Is it for Fortnite players?
No,
that wanted to have like a little different style of building experience, because they did that for the old fogies like me that were like, I hate the build mode in Battle Royale, and it completely turned me off of playing the game because some 6-year-old was always building me into a box as I was trying to snipe their head, and I couldn't get out of it, right? So they're like, okay, fine, for all the old farts, here's your no build mode, right? But there are people out there that really did enjoy the build mode side of Battle Royale, right? So is this style of game for them?
Totally not.
Well, then who's it for?
I don't know. And I think the person to ask would be somebody who knows the gaming industry, which would be Amor, because he works with people and player bases like that and has a clear understanding of who this is for. It is definitely not for the Battle Royale people. It is way too cumbersome to build anything quickly compared especially to Fortnite Battle Royale, where you can literally be running and you press one button and a ramp goes and goes and goes and goes and goes, right? So you can't do that in Lego Fortnite. So at some point, got to ask him in his live show or hit him up some way, somehow, and get his opinions, because I'm not educated enough. I haven't had enough coffee in this metal grog that I have, so you got to give me a little more time here, I think.
Look, I know people are enjoying it, and I know there are Lego fans. We personally know Lego fans that are enjoying it. Now, would they be enjoying it? And this is the question I posed to them. Would they be enjoying it as much if it wasn't Lego based? Would they just be enjoying the camaraderie of building because it's not as intricate as a Minecraft, right? Like they don't have to really dive in and understand the world. Like it's kind of, they're picking up a new game structure from scratch and saying, let's get everybody together, let's create some towns, let's create some houses. They can make silly things and whatever. It's kind of like almost like the building aspect from Zelda, the latest Zelda game, right? Like it's how crazy can we make these structures or these building things or these flying airships or whatever to do whatever strangeness we want to do with them. Is it because of Lego that they're having fun, the Lego side of it, or is it just because that style of game resonates with them?
I think the issue is actually a much larger issue in that if you look at most Lego games, if you take away the Lego skin on it, then it's mostly just an adventure game, right? Sure. There could very quickly be an argument that like nothing is very Lego-y about one game or another. So what makes it Lego by comparison of just whatever? And it is the ability to build whatever you set your mind to. And I think having the prefabricated elements is the restrictor from it feeling more like Lego Fortnite, where the world itself, when you're in there, is a standard textured world. It's not blocks. There's no Lego rock or tree structures. It is very much a Fortnite world with Lego builds for enemies and the prefab elements. So I think this whole conversation, unfortunately, we have to come back to a year from now and see where Lego Fortnite is and seeing if they added enough Lego elements, literally, to make it feel more like Lego Fortnite, or if the player base just doesn't gravitate to it and they're like, this is stupid, I'm going to go play Battle Royale, which is absolutely a possibility.
Yeah. Well, and they made it a point to come out and or Epic did made it a point to come out recently and say this is not a fad. This is not something that's only going to be around for
for them to decide, Zach. That is for the people to decide. They can dump any millions of marketing dollars they want to. It's up to the people.
They're doubling down on it, and they're saying our intention is it for it to be around for the long haul. We want this partnership to be around for the long haul. So the amount of time that you spend in your worlds building, it's not for anything. Like you're investing time that's going to be recognized. That's what I got from the statement. You know, it was, and I think a lot of it had to do with the amount of money it cost to buy the car skins for the for the racing game more than anything. It's like, look, if you invest in those skins, it's going to be around for the long haul. Like it's going to be there. Or if you invest in the music for the Guitar Hero style game that they got going on.
Music mode is dumb, by the way. Sidebar. It's so stupid, but whatever.
Listen. If you can eventually incorporate the actual like instruments, let us buy peripherals that are like allow us to play a la Guitar Hero. Okay, fine. Right
now, playing Blinding Lights with like your keyboard and mouse is unbelievably dumb.
Right.
So
it is. But I still stand by. I'm excited about the Lego partnership. I'm excited about eventually getting sets. I'm still bummed that they didn't release some sets or things with it when it came out. I think, give it, have a couple, something, with it to get people into the store. You wanted to get people into the stores for the holiday season. Just to see the other stuff.
Jack, they don't know what they're doing. No.
But by God, they are $1 billion company. Like, why get people in
now
place?
You're talking like Bricks O'Brien. Oh, they grow up so fast. I say June 1st, you're going to get your Ultimate Collector Series equivalent Battle Bus minifigure series, the whole 9 yards. But no sooner than that. Not going to happen. June 1st. I said March 1st before. We're getting down to it. They should have made an announcement by now. They're not, obviously, because of the holidays and New Year. June 1st.
Well, March is Animal Crossing, right? They wouldn't want to double dip on that.
They have, like, Lego clearly is not afraid to stack the deck because they came out with a $500 Avengers Tower and then immediately after a $300 modular building. So they have no chill and will do whatever they need to do.
I suppose. Speaking of no chill, I don't know where that was a terrible segue. I don't know why.
That was like really bad.
I don't know. Well, I mean, come on, you can kind of make the comparison, right? No chill. The vampires,
the cold-bloodedness of vampires. Yes, there we go.
The coldness of the Pacific Northwest. I don't know.
The coldness of the people reacting to this announcement with being like, oh, Twilight.
Hey, I'm one of those people because I saw the announcement for the Twilight set and I went, huh? What? Why? And then,
there's one reason, Zachary. One reason.
Please
get ready for this.
I'm ready. Hit me with it. If you say money, oh my God. Freaking Twilight. Who out there still cares about this franchise? Who?
That's a great question.
Who out there still cares about this? The books haven't been in out there for like new release for decades. Like who cares about this?
I think it's one. Okay, so you could make the same argument for things like Golden Girls or Friends.
Right, give me a Golden Girls set.
A Golden Girls, that's dumb. So I think Twilight. Okay, this is clearly Lego Ideas goes one of two ways. Incredibly unique idea that Lego would never be able to justify making themselves because they don't have the courage to, or intellectual property that they can prove to IP holder number whatever to, hey, we should make this and make a buck and then dash, which is exactly what this one is here, just like the vast majority of the other ones too. So I think what they're going to do is take this house. It is nowhere going to be this large, just so you know. It's going to be a like front facing, almost like a movie like set, basically having like the front of it. And they're going to really scale that bad Larry down because I don't think there's many people who are going to pay north of $100 for this set. I think you're going to get it like a 60, 65, 75 area.
No, don't do that.
Scale that way down.
Lego,
Scale
don't
it way
listen
down
to him. Don't do
because
it.
the people
No.
want that. They want shirtless Taylor Lautner, okay, and they want the wolf and
Nobody
whatever.
cares about Taylor Lautner anymore.
It doesn't matter.
Listen.
So they're going to do that, and then that's it. I think that's all they're going to do. It's going to be way scaled down.
Listen, the reason, and this is the only reason I semi understand this set, is if they don't do that, right? The reason why that Lego decided, other than the votes, right? That Lego said, yes, we're going to do it, is because the Lego designers in charge of making these decisions love the architecture of the real house. Is that
what they said in the press release?
That's what they said in the press release. They love the architecture of this house. If you don't make this a completely enclosed modular, $300 modular where you get to really experience, listen to me. You have to embrace, because then what's the point of this set? Nobody's going to care unless you can cross that gray line of a odd, movie reference choice set to give me something that I can really experience, building, stick into my city, put it out, put it somewhere in that modular. Now you're going to invite different types of people into buying this set, because from an architectural standpoint, the house is really cool.
I agree.
From a character standpoint, in the movie or in the books, it doesn't have any care. Nobody cares about this house. It's not like a major area or whatever of interaction in that story. It's not. It's just kind of exists. So for it to be anything other than just existing makes no sense. But if the designers are coming out and saying, we love the architecture of the real house this is based off of, blah 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 blah, then make it a modular and give modular fans something different. It's a different style modular than anything that they have seen.
I agree, but there is nothing that attaches that building to those characters in that case. And why does it need to be a Lego Ideas set? Why does it need to be a Twilight set when anything that is involved in intellectual property through Lego Ideas, like Friends, it was a $65 set because this is going to get the fair weather. I love to build Legos during Christmas. People that, and don't tell me that's not the case. And that's totally fine. It's going to bring those people in. And if it's a $300 Lego Twilight set, well, the 30-year-old mom that was like, oh, I love Twilight when I was in my college years, and it was my fantasy romance novel that I wanted to honor with my, collection of Legos at my desk at work. They're not going to buy a $300 Lego Twilight set. And yeah, it's obviously for the adult fans that are wanting a modular, and I agree, it's a very nice building that they could have there. It doesn't need to be a Lego Ideas a submission there. Yes, you're giving the person a 1% cut on all of that, which at $300 would be a pretty nice payday if it sells pretty well. But then it's not going to sell well with the intended audience of Twilight fans, because they're not going to drop that kind of cash for a Lego set like that. So then the question then is, who would a $300 Lego Twilight house be for? Maybe they made this decision based off of how the Sanderson sisters house went, but maybe that's a more revered franchise than Twilight at this point. I don't really know. I haven't seen either of them, and I can't compare either of them to what the Lego set could be or relative pop culture. So I'm less convinced it's going to be a $300 whatever, and they're going to at least slice it in half of what it currently looks like right now, for the sake of it fitting with a Lego City or otherwise. You are not getting a $300 Lego Twilight set. I will be upset, but shocked. I won't be like,
you're gonna be shocked. Mark my words.
Upset. I'm not upset. I'm not one of these neckbeards that's like, why is Lego making a Twilight set when I can't get more trains? I'm not one of those people, but I am one of those people that's like, okay, then who is this for? And that's okay. I'm really trying to go back and look right now. Maybe I can find it. But like, what got denied in lieu of this? Not that's a whole other. That's like a 3-hour show in of itself here, and we have another submission that got approved as well. So, We'll see. We'll see.
Speaking at RLFM Days 2023, Jordan Scott explained that they were inspired by the Hoke House in Portland, Oregon, which is where the Cullens call home. It is a real world. It's a modern architectural marvel. And then you can place the stench of sparkly vampires aside. This would appeal to those who appreciate modern architecture and design.
You know what's going to happen, though?
$300
modular
set.
What's going to happen is they're going to make this building, and they're going to change 3 pieces from what it looks like right now, and all those diehards are going to say they changed the intrinsic idea of what the set is, like they did with the A-frame cabin, and they're never going to be satisfied. Listen, I've seen this 1,000 times before. Never going to be satisfied. So just start getting over it now for when it releases in 2027 when we're all in the caskets.
You know what set that we can get excited for, though? This freaking Botanical Garden. Oh my God, I'm so excited for this Botanical Garden set.
Okay, go for it.
Are you not at all? This doesn't just tickle your innards. Come on.
I'm gonna browse it while you explain your fandom for it now.
This set, again, from a architectural standpoint, for a modular style build, I'm very excited. I like it when they change up modulars. They're not just boxy. They're not just, okay, we're gonna have the same 4 walls and have a couple layers on these 4 walls, and and then some fun stuff going on inside that you can just easily insert into your overall city. I like the idea of having what feels like something more unique. Like, don't get me wrong, like the Jazz Club and things like those are great modular sets. Those are one of the best sets of the year, right? But it had some nice structure and style to it and everything like that. But it just, it just kind of still follows the same pattern of, lots of masonry bricks and all this other whatever. I like Lego branching out a little bit and throwing in something new that catches your eye in a modular style in the middle of your city or in the outskirts of your city or whatever. And that's what this does. And Lego is seeing all of the fun people are having with the botanical sets, and said, let's bring that botanical passion into a modular style and a modular form. And I think the architecture that they're using, the pieces that they're using here, it's fun. It looks nice. It looks neat. It's pretty. It's pleasing to the eye. And there's no licensing around it, so you'll be able to get it for relatively good money. Like it's a really, really good set. And I don't get typically excited about modular sets, right? This one's got me jacked. Like, this is a nice looking modular set.
I don't disagree with anything you just said right there. What this feels like to me, though, is when we look at the Bricklink Designer Program 2024, whatever it is, right? It's basically all of these Lego ideas that have gotten 10,000 votes, or it's like a pilot program, whatever. And it is a building that Lego could make, but they're not going to, because I know it's for the diehard people that are really going to want to get it, like the Western Saloon and, that under construction building corner thing. That's what this feels like. It feels like a very, I don't want to say basic, because it's definitely not basic, but like there's nothing about it that it has a lot of common parts in it that makes it convenient to order through Bricklink. So I feel like, this is obviously not true, this is just me making up a story in my head, that the person was like, okay, this isn't going to get approved, but then it's going to go to the Bricklink Designer Program, and that's where it's really going to go. So there's nothing about this other than the shape of it that makes it unique as something desirable that I want. That's thing number 1. Number 2, this is a fantastic promotion for all of the botanical sets that have ever come out ever, because for a fact you're going to put all the botanicals in there somewhere, right? I mean, obviously.
You read my mind, baby.
Of course they are.
That's where they're all going to go in there.
Yeah, and that's perfect.
Little
and they're
stud
going to be
representations of all of them. I love it.
Of course, there's going to be Easter eggs to all the forthcoming ones that we're not going to see for another year or two, anyways. And that's
going to get me jacked. I'm going to be so excited when I put those little pieces in, and I'm going to be like, "Oh my god, it's the freaking bonsai tree!"
Yeah, that's the other cool thing about it. What would really make it more appealing for me, and this is a very minor gripe, very very minor, a botanical garden isn't appealing to me, but you put like custom 1x1 butterfly pieces in there with unique printing, immediately I'm like, oh yeah, way more interested. You have like different types of insects you could have on all the different flowers, and like I said, a great opportunity to do custom printed butterflies that are all these different species that you could have in the book. And as you're actually, it's like an amazing idea. As you're building each of the botanicals, maybe there's a bug or a different type of butterfly associated with it to really flesh it all out. And you have this really interactive museum almost in a way, which is very much so like Animal Crossing and could very much so line up with the Natural History Museum. So you could build a little pathway from one to the other and have like a whole museum area. What a slam dunk idea I just came up with right on the fly. You hear that, Lego? Yeah, they take that one for free. Put little printed butterflies in there with little placards. Boom.
They're
botanical, whatever.
They're not listening to us.
I don't care. Listen, eventually, if I talk loud enough, they'll hear me. They've heard me before. They'll hear me again.
You know what I feel like? I feel like you're talking yourself into the set being amazing. That's what I feel like you're doing.
If it has printed butterflies, I'm way more inclined. That doesn't mean it goes on the wish list, but I'm way more inclined.
Oh, come on. This would look great next to your Natural History Museum.
Avengers Tower.
In your half-built event. Yeah, you get the tower right in the middle. You get the Natural History Museum on one side. You get the Botanical Gardens on the other. Come on,
I don't have a museum yet. It's not in my possession. I got too much to do.
Yet.
Yeah.
But eventually. What turns you okay, so what turns you on more to like a natural history museum than this set? Like, why is that? Why are you about that set but not about this one?
Well, because dinosaurs and space, and I've been to the Smithsonian museums a few times, and I just have more of a connection to that, where anytime I've gone into a botanical garden, it's been more so like a butterfly garden. And around New England, these don't not really exist, weather-wise. So it's been only occasionally.
Butterflies. You put butterflies in the set. Mr. Bricks O'Brien is spending his hard-earned cash on this set.
Look at Zach gaslighting me into spending more money on Lego. This guy
I'm just saying, it's just all it's going to take is a couple butterfly tiles. I mean, what in the world? A couple butterfly stuff like that's
This one at $300, I fully believe. The Cullen House, nah.
Come on. I'm gonna make you a believer about that Cullen House. $300 modular Cullen House set. Make it happen. Make it happen, Lego. No. Forget listening to Mr. Bricks O'Brien. You listen to me. So neither one of these new ones, though, at least for right now, unless they add butterflies, these are not day one. These are not anything that you're currently jacked about, excited about. The ideas, submissions are not getting you tickled over these two particular sets.
Nah, the only Lego idea that was up in this lineup here, which by the way, it's like several dozen of these submissions that were swiftly denied. The only one would probably be like SpongeBob, but we've had that before, and all of those pieces are way super duper expensive. So that would have been cool. The Monsters Inc. door would have also been pretty nice because I like characters and color, right? But there's like a geode that was in here that could be like an interesting bookend sort of a situation. A art piece of the moon would actually be very, very cool in the same style of like that Spider-Man where there's different levels to it and it's like a pop out, or more so like Van Gogh. That would have been very nice. So I'm surprised that one didn't actually go through, and you have different moon phases. So
yeah.
What I'm really surprised by, the Taylor Swift Lover House did not get approved. So T Swift is like, nah, I don't need that Lego bag. I made money on my tour.
Yeah, T. Lautner got it. T. Lautner got the love, and T. Swift did not, which is very, very surprising.
You know what I'm glad did not get through, and this is going to get me canceled, so get your clipboards ready. I am very glad the Iron Giant didn't get through, because that is a bad movie and does not deserve to be represented in Lego form in any capacity.
Good night, folks. Mr. Bricks O'Brien is officially out of the show. We are now just Z Live Unfiltered. The real question everybody wants to know, I'm just going to ignore that comment because, frankly, that comment is so off the wall and does not need to be acknowledged at all.
That's true.
The real question on everybody's mind, Mr. Bricks O'Brien, is, are you Team Jacob or Team Edward?
My middle name is Edward, so I'm gonna go Edward.
Team Edward, ladies and gentlemen.
Never seen the movies though, but I'll go Team Edward.
Makes sense. Actually, both those guys are grumpy old men anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
Hey, and you know what you can do? You can bring your Lego Edward into your Lego Batman sets and vice versa.
Oh, see, they already have the mold for it. That's true, right? We already have the grumpy face Robert Pattinson head.
Yeah,
that can do it. Yeah, Team O'Brien apparently. Listen, Iron Giant is a spectacular movie. I don't know what it is you guys are talking about. Please knock it off. You know what I set that I can get really excited for though, Mr. Bricks O'Brien. Something
that brings you back to your mid-20s, the Polaroid camera.
Oh my God, my 20s. Jesus, how old do you think I am? My God. Good Lord. My 20s.
Thank God of everyone.
What the hell, man?
That ting right on the nerve. Perfect.
God.
Yeah.
Freaking 20s. But it does hit that. It does scratch. Listen, this scratches that nostalgia bone a heck of a lot more than the Cullen house does. I'll tell you that much. I saw somebody in chat talking about nostalgia with Twilight. No, there's no nostalgia with Twilight. Please.
It's getting close. It's close.
You knock it off. There'll never be nostalgia with Twilight. Get out of here. Just go home. Go home and think about your life.
Go home.
This, however, my God, I've been excited about this set since it was announced. I think Lego did a good job of fleshing it out. It is now out there in the wild. It is in the hands of different land members for them to start showcasing and showing off, and you can find different ones putting this bad boy together. I think later this week. I think is when they're allowed to like actually put it together and show it off or whatever. But this set, as a camera enthusiast, I mean, this is part of our camera history, and I think it's a fun set. And the way it's hard to see in the picture that we're showing here on YouTube, but they are showing an arrow. Lego is showing an arrow on a plunger kind of style thing where there is a button which I believe actually releases
correct
one of the things. So there is an action aspect to this, which was exciting to find out. It honestly, I was a little bummed that I kind of got myself spoiled when I noticed this picture that Lego had put out with the whole plunger system, but because that would be a fun thing to kind of just experience and be like, oh my God, this actually works. And it's very much to like the typewriter aspect for me. Like it's taking some like a very classic, style of hardware that that I used to use as a kid, Brian, not a 20-year-old man. But I'm jacked about this set. I cannot wait to get my hands on this set. It's already available for pre-order. Yes, it's already pre-ordered. I cannot wait. This is a day one must own, must have set. I can't tell and haven't been able to tell, and I don't have the press releases to find out if the actual Polaroid pictures themselves are those stickers or prints.
Let me see if I can inspect based on,
because I tried to look and I couldn't see the outline. I couldn't see
pro gamer tip. You can always tell by like the angle of like certain angles. You can kind of see the indentation of the sticker.
Yeah.
The Polaroid logo looks, I mean, it all kind of looks printed, honestly. I'm gonna go with printed on these ones. Yeah.
Even the pictures.
Yeah, and you know why? I think from a quality of life standpoint, you being able to mess up those sticker alignments that easily, Lego would probably not want when they're, people are sharing it on social media and whatever.
Yeah.
It totally would change the whole vibe of all of it,
Sure.
So I think for that reason alone, print makes a whole lot of sense.
Boy, that right there, if that really is the case, that'll just send it to even higher top level. And that's going to be what's really good and important about these folks that already have this set in hand. Like, you're going to be able to get these questions answered. You're going to be able to look at it and figure out for certain if that is what they're doing.
when you're looking at it, you can very clearly tell Polaroid land camera in the front is absolutely a sticker. One step is a sticker, but I believe the entire Polaroid cartridge and the pictures are indeed printed.
And I think there's a shutter counter as well, piece slash sticker. I think there is that was the one piece I saw that I thought, I think that's a sticker. Like it's going to show that it's just your count. Very much like the Pac-Man set was, where you had kind of like a sticker that could be on rotation. I think it's just one sticker, but that kind of thing. But, I can't wait. Brian, is this doing anything for you?
Personally, no, not even a little bit. I haven't used one of these cameras. I was more of a the yellow camera, the yellow one, like one of those.
The little Kodak disposable cameras.
I was a Kodak kid before, transitioning out to digital. But the person that made this, the person that designed this project, though, I am a longtime fan of Mini Brick Minifigs over on Instagram. He has had a whole laundry list of Lego ideas that he had submitted for a very long time, including Mr. Bean. There's Blackpink. There's Gravity Falls, which that was actually way more popular. His Gravity Falls idea with the public speaking. La La Land, like he just gets all these ideas out, and he was somebody who watched alongside the Beyond the Brick Quarantine cast way back in the day. So I am very much so a fan of this guy, and I'm glad to see one of his ideas finally go through. I would have much rather have seen the Polar Express or the Pixar lamp or Avatar: The Last Airbender or literally anything else he's ever made, but this is the one because Lego decrees it so. And I guess it shall be. So he will get his bag and hopefully spend it on more Lego or design or whatever.
I mean, look, I get, you're naming off stuff that I'm going, okay, yeah, that would be cool. That'd be cool. But I mean, this is a nice compact.
No, yeah, this is a nice
display set. And I like that Lego goes for these things. We can only have so many large sets. My God, like, please.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're not going to get a Cullen house at $300. So this is. I'm not ragging on this at all. Like this is a very cool Lego set, and like you said, definitely in line with the typewriter and all that. So I'm on board.
Viewfinder is functional, by the way. I think you can look through. Very cool. I think you can look through that and see just like you could on a normal Polaroid camera and see your framing. That's what I think.
It's very cool. So I'm a fan of it. This is something I would buy the real adult in my life as a Christmas gift. Like, hey, build this, and then they put it on their shelf, desk at work, whatever, as they literally have in the press releases here. I'm going to put this next to my CRT with the dials on, and I can change between color and black and white rabbit ear signal and feel like they're reminiscing back in the days that they weren't even alive for.
That's the 2025 model is the old Zenith TV with the 3-button clicker. Just so you know.
Dude, I had a Zenith TV with the VHS player built in.
Oh, stop it. That's not even that's old. I'm talking about the old giant weighed 1,700 pound TV that you literally only had a clicker. It was like this big chunky metal clicker. It had 3 freaking buttons on it. To this day, I don't even remember what those 3 buttons did, but you had 3 buttons on it that could somehow transmit something to the TV that would cause it to react. I don't even know, but I want that. I want a little display, very much like the Mario TV from the NES, right? Like I want a little thing like that gives us a different style of background movement, whatever, with the old Zenith metal clicker thing that makes me remember my great grandparents living on their lake house that I would visit every single weekend and be bored out of my freaking mind for the entire weekend of my childhood. That's what I want. I want that.
There's a market for it, man. They've done enough of these throwback sets. I feel like it's justified. So give it time, man.
Up, down, channel, volume. That's what I don't know. I don't even know what it was. Like, I don't know if it was like, because you would think like, could the volume only go up and then it would hit a point and then would go back all the way back down to the end. So you'd have to get like blaringly loud before it would like come back. I don't even know what the third button did. Like, I get it. Like a channel up, channel down. I understand that. What 2 buttons, but I'm talking about that third freaking button. Never knew what it did. Had no clue. Had no clue what that freaking thing did. So I can't wait for this set. I'm super excited for it. This fits right into, you know, some of the other camera stuff I have. This will go really well. You know, I'll try to set up a display next to the typewriter and kind of, you know, get that whole vibe, you know, kind of going with it and stuff. I cannot wait. And I can't wait to see what surprises they have inserted into this, whether or not that viewfinder really does work, any of that stuff. I'm very excited about it. So more
I know
nostalgia.
You're excited about this one, man.
Oh my god,
this one.
More nostalgia because of my love for Ghostbusters. And you're thinking, Ghostbusters, wait, what does this have to do with freaking Lego? I don't understand. What does Ghostbusters movie have to do with Lego? What are you looking at?
What's that creature? What's the creature?
It's your mom. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm just like, what?
It's a goblin. It's a ghoul. It's not Gozer. I'll tell you that much. Listen, they revitalized the franchise with Afterlife back in 2021,
which I really enjoyed.
I loved Afterlife. I loved it. I loved what they did with it. I'll tell you right now, spoilers, when they got the ghost of Egon Spengler and they showed him, it got real dusty in that theater. It got real dusty in that theater. But with the release of that movie, we got us AFOLs, us Lego fans, we got a re-release, a redo, a reinvention of the Ecto-1 Lego set, because we went from the smaller, you know, little set that had all the minifigs with it to a much more UCS collector style set. No minifigs included, which I thought was a misstep, but you know, they based it off. You could build it as, you know, the original 1980s movie version for the most part, or you could add the Rust stickers and it becomes part of the Afterlife, the new movie thing.
If you added the Rust stickers, don't talk to me.
Listen, those I wanted to test myself and my ability to put on. That's how you grow, Brian. It is how you grow. It is how you become comfortable putting on stickers on Lego sets and realizing they're part of the model making.
I forgot you're a rookie and still need practice with stickers. My apologies. Continue.
You're a rookie. Now, the question I have, and the reason I'm bringing this up today, is that the Afterlife film did not really touch on the New York-based setting or anything like that. It really focused around Ecto-1, and that was a major character in it, and it brought it back, which is why we got an Ecto-1 set. We got a, you know, and that was why I added the Rust stickers. Was the set itself was meant to be the new car, or from the new movie, not a retro edition, because you were still including things in it, the jump seat, the little drone, the little whatever, the little capture drone thing running. That was all from the new movie. None of that was
there were some elements of the new stuff which I really liked.
Yeah. So that's why they did it. Now, just like with Ecto-1, we previously had a Firehouse Lego set, little Firehouse play set, right? And with the new movie being primarily based in New York City, and the trailer itself, very much like the trailer for Afterlife, focusing on Ecto-1, is now focusing on the Firehouse. The trailer starts off basically with the Firehouse and showing the Firehouse and everything. Are we primed for a brand new Lego Firehouse coming in 2024?
Just so everybody knows here, Zach has had this on the docket for several weeks, and we keep bumping it because he just wants to talk about this.
I want to talk about this.
And now I wholeheartedly share your sentiment, Zach, that this would be a slam dunk. Not only that, very primed for the movie and the overall awareness of Ghostbusters. Unfortunately, I just want you to hear that word.
Don't kill my dreams. Don't you do it.
There are an infinite list of opportunities Lego has had to slam dunk movie coinciding with product for many, many years, and they ignore it because, to put it in the most family-friendly terms I possibly can, they're a bunch of Goombas and cakes, and they don't know how to plan out their marketing. And the number one example, what movie that was animated in likeness came out this year, dropped $1 billion, and Lego did not acknowledge even for 1 second?
I don't know, some Italian movie. I'm not even sure exactly. I didn't
The
see
Super
it.
Mario Brothers movie that took everybody by surprise and was a love letter to the Mario franchise. And you know what Lego did around the time it released in May? What promotions they ran? What social media content they put out? So there is nothing that convinces me that they're going to take the opportunity with Ghostbusters Frozen Empire to release anything.
They already had established designs and sets, though, for Mario. Like, that was something that was already done, right? So this is...
Yeah, but I don't care, because money talks, and Universal works closely with Lego as it is, and also with Nintendo directly. So that's even less reasoning why they did not come out with any Mario sets. So what I think is going to happen here, if Lego had any level of decency in them, they would know that the Ghostbusters Firehouse that came out previously, pretty good set, $300. It is quite pricey. I thought the build was horrifically boring, and I traded it away. But the minifigure scale Ecto-1, when it came out, very hot commodity alongside the Back to the Future DeLorean. The Ghostbusters, I think it was just called Ghostbusters, with the SNL female-led cast, came out. People did not care because they didn't like that movie. But that was the last time we got a minifigure-based Ecto-1 in general, right?
Sure.
So I think there is a demand not only for an Ecto-1 UCS version, which we have and has been on shelves forever, which is awesome, along with the DeLorean, but also a minifigure scale Ecto-1 with the classic crew and even the more updated crew. But with the Firehouse, I can see the box art on it literally right now in my peripheral. All the nodes are firing off in my smooth brain. I can see the all black box, the Firehouse retailing for $349.99.
Talk dirty to me, Brian. Talk dirty.
And it has these sections of the Frozen parts of it with the frost on it that you can just click right off and have the plain Firehouse. But it has the original Ghostbusters crew, or at least half of them, with the new cast with the red suits on and all these translucent blue and green ghosts and maybe a micro build of that slithering creature, whatever's right up there. I can very clearly see it, Zach, but guess what? We don't know if it's going to happen. And there's no inclination that Lego is going to capitalize on this opportunity. So I wouldn't get excited yet for an Ultimate Collector Series.
I can't help it. You already got me excited. I'm going to need 5 minutes, Brian. What you just said just got me even more excited over this. Come on.
And I'm saying $349 because the Avengers Tower was $500, right? The original Ghostbusters Firehouse was, I believe, $300. And if they add in some more details, they're not going to add the Ecto-1 into it, by the way. Full stop. They're not adding the car. The car is separate.
Sure.
And as it should be, because the people that don't want to drop $400 for a Lego set, they can just buy the car. Totally. But I think $349, definitely not $500, maybe $400, and they would have a boatload of minifigures, boatload of everything.
Please, God, yes.
I think that's what they
give it to us. Give it to us. It's out there. People will look at the success of the Ecto-1. Like, just look at that right there. That's your barometer, right? Like, there you go. We've proven that there is a market for the set that you can connect to both nostalgia and even the newer stuff, right? It's it's there. You have an audience for it. Take advantage of it. The movie comes out in March. Okay. You have time. You can announce this thing. What's that? March 29th.
June 1st. It's not coming out in March. No way. No shot.
The movie?
I mean the Lego set.
Oh, give it to us before the movie comes out. They can sneak it out there. They can sneak it out there.
No.
Come on.
The last Firehouse came out.
Come on.
The last Firehouse came out 7 years ago. Ugh, gross. Time. Ugh. Gross. Ugh.
Give it to us.
Nasty.
Give it to us. All right, listen, we got to wrap this thing up. Mr. Bricks O'Brien, thank you so much for being absolutely incredible, being amazing as always. I appreciate the conversations. Real quick, I'm going to be back later on Twitch at 12 p.m. Eastern time. We got a doubleheader today, so I'm going to be here and now over on Twitch at 12 p.m. Eastern today. So make sure you head on over there. Mr. Bricks O'Brien, where can the kids find you?
You can find me on your favorite social media platform, including YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, and beyond. I'm not going live today. I'm going to be going out with friends and buying stuff for the new place. So you have fun dancing your day away and fantasizing about a big red building.
Big red what? Ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic Christmas. Have a fantastic holidays. We'll be back next Wednesday, and we cannot wait to see you then, and we can talk about all the fun Lego that we all got under the Christmas tree from Santa Claus. Mr. Bricks O'Brien, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we out. Peace.
Peace out.